Chondria Andrews.
And I'm Dwayne Martinez.
And today we're making
Arroz con gandules, which is a Puerto Rican dish. So I learned to make this special dish from my grandmother, who is from Ponce, Puerto Rico, so I'm half Puerto Rican. It went from my grandma to my mom and down to me and my sisters and brothers. Starting in the 1900s, immigrants were brought over from Puerto Rico to work at Hawaii sugar plantations. And one of the plants that they brought over with them were gandules, which is a boar bean that is used in many Puerto Rican dishes. One especially, arroz con gandules, which is mainly served around Christmas and special occasions.
Let's start cooking.
So first you want to turn your burner on medium to low. Okay, there we go. So we'll get that pan warmed up. And then now we want to grab our first ingredient, which will be the olive oil. Okay. We want to put 6 tablespoons of olive oil in the pot to cover the entire bottom of the pot. Awesome, great job. Okay. So the next thing we're going to do, we're going to grab a can of Goya gandules, which is pigeon peas. So we want to open these up and drain the contents of it. You want to use at least a quarter or a half the can of gandules. You're going to pour it into the pan. You're going to take your spoon and kind of mix it around in there. Our next ingredient we're going to use is the olives. What we're going to do is put 12 to 14 tablespoons inside of the pot. And don't be afraid, if you want more, if you choose more, you can use more than 12 to 14 of those.
It smells delicious.
Awesome. Now we're going to use sofrito. Sofrito is the main ingredient, it's the secret ingredient to the rice. So if you do not use sofrito, your rice will not come out very good. So this is one of the main ingredients to a lot of Puerto Rican dishes. So now we're going to use 2 tablespoons of sofrito with our dish. Perfect. Okay, you're going to stir that a little bit more. So now we're going to add Ricotta. Ricotta is also a cooking base, so you don't have to add this, but it tastes good because it got a lot of peppers in there. It brings out a lot of the spices in the rice as well, so it's very good to add this as well. So we'll use 1 tablespoon of this. Okay, there you go. So right now we're going to add 1.5 tablespoons of salt. Okay. So next we're going to add the flavoring of sazon. So we'll use 1 packet of sazon. And make sure you get it all around the pot. So that'll be good to go. Okay? Perfect. And then another secret ingredient is the jamon, which is ham flavoring as well. So ham flavoring is also good, especially if you decide to add pork with your rice or any type of poultry. This is definitely good for it as good flavoring. So we'll use 1 pack of jamon as well. And make sure you get it all throughout the pan. There we go. Perfect. That's perfect. Right, make sure you get a good stir in that too.
Alrighty.
Thank you. Our next ingredient we are going to use is minced garlic. There you go, 2 scoops. Perfect. How's that looking? It smells really great.
It smells delicious.
Our next base we're going to put is the tomato sauce. So tomato sauce gives it that yellow coloring along with the sazon. So that's when you see the yellow rice. The tomato sauce actually helps out with that coloring as well. And let's put that in. Perfect. Smells really good. And finally, we'll add a pinch of ground cumin as well. Just enough to cover the entire pan. All right, so we'll get that going. Turn the fire up just a little bit. So we're just gonna add 2 cups of water. Perfect. I like to use the quinoa rice because it's a long grain. It's actually very good when it cooks. 1 cup of rice. We'll add another half a cup. So now what we're going to do is turn the fire up a little. You want it to come to a boil. Also it can cook the rice. So let it sit about 10 minutes it should cook, and then once the rice starts to soak up, and then we'll stir it around, and then we'll put the top on there. So as you can see, it's starting to soak up now. It's looking really good. So it's soaking up now, it's getting thicker. Chef is gonna make a thick sauce, and that's what's gonna cook that rice and turn it yellow. It smells really good, so tasty. Awesome. Can you smell it, Chondria?
I smell it.
Okay, awesome. So is this your first time making it?
Yes, this is my first time. Thank you so much for having me on as your sous chef. Help you in this kitchen, Chef Dwayne.
And the reason I'm stirring it so it won't burn at the bottom. So as you can see, that rice is starting to soak up the juices and the flavor when we put in there. So it's almost ready to put our top on. We'll be ready to go. So you need aluminum foil. So what you'll do is take the aluminum foil, you'll put it around your top, you wrap your top in it, or your cooking pan, so you wrap it up in there. All right, so now I've turned the fire down really low. We are ready to cover it and let it cook itself. It takes about 40 to 45 minutes to totally cook. But every 10 to 15 minutes, you want to make sure you get in there and pop off that top and stir it so it won't stick to the bottom. But this aroma is amazing. Like if you want to take a quick shot of this before I cover it up, Chris, that'd be great. Okay, as you can see, you got the gandules in there, you got the olives in there, you got the good flavoring, that red coloring to make it yellow. It's gonna be very, very good. Okay, so now it is ready to cover it and let it sit.
Okay,
All right,
here
Chondria.
we go.
So again, we have the aluminum foil on there. Basically, it seals in the flavoring and also the steam, so the rice can basically cook itself. So to sit there, put the aluminum foil on there. So as you can see, no steam is coming out, all the flavoring is sticking in there, and that's how you get the rice ready to go. So in about 40 minutes, we'll come back to this and it should be ready to go. And every 15 minutes while it's cooking, you'll stir the rice so it won't burn at the bottom, so you prevent that burning. Okay. So as you can see, getting that yellow flavor. As you can notice, the bottom is a little bit sticking to the bottom, but that's perfectly fine. So again, just stir it, make sure it doesn't totally stick. It's almost ready. Are you ready to try it?
I'm ready to try it.
All right, let's go. So here we go. Very good.
Delicious.
But it's definitely good with chicken, pork, beef. It's an awesome side dish. Very good, very, very authentic. And then gandules just bring out the wonderful flavor.
I just can't stop. It's so good.
I know. Well, hope you all enjoy the recipe.